Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Controller Freaks. And for this week's episode, I wanted to talk a little bit about world building and map design because I think where a video game takes place, whether it's an open world video game like Red Dead Redemption or Grand Theft Auto, or it's a video game that's more linear and has a series of levels that you play through, like a Mario game, or it's a game like Call of Duty or Overwatch that has different maps that each game will take place on. No matter what format it is, the world and the environment honestly make or break a video game, and they can completely set the tone even without changing anything else about the game. And so I wanted to kind of talk about a few things that I really look for when I'm playing a game and I'm experiencing the environment around me, and what, in my opinion, makes or breaks the environment. And therefore, the playing experience. And one game that I want to kind of highlight as a good example is Grand Theft Auto 5. Obviously, it's incredibly popular game, been around for so long that people make jokes about how long it's been around without a successor. Anyway, you know GTA, you know GTA's map. Not much needs to be said in the way of like introductions, but what I like about it is it's spread out. It has variety. Sure, most people always spend their time in the city. That's where all the action is, that's where everything's going on. All the people driving their fast cars around, all the people flying in their jet bikes and stuff, blowing everybody up, griefing people. Um, but then they provide you a plethora of different ways to escape that, whether it's just going up through the hills, just above the city, up by kind of the water reservoirs, or you can fly up the highway all the way up to the north where you have like a small town. And then in between all that, you have a giant freaking mountain. And then if you go all the way south, you have dock areas, you have an airport, you have areas that are free from traffic, but they're still like kind of integrated into a part of the city. And so with that, I feel like the map just has something for just about everybody. The map as well, the world, it is populated full of people walking around, doing stuff, living their lives, that the world feels alive, you know? Whereas I feel like some of the later Forza Horizon games have been lacking in this alive feeling. Even though I feel they've tried to make the playing experience, the environment feel more alive with this constant online feature that they've had in Forza Horizon 4 and 5, where you'll see, without even like trying to deliberately go online and play with other people, you'll see other people driving around in your lobby, in your world. And that's supposed to make it feel more alive, but I feel that they've put more effort and time into this as opposed to trying to make the world and the environment itself feel more alive. You have only a small amount of actual human character spectators, people, pedestrians walking around, and they're all almost always locked behind some impenetrable barrier. And so there's no way to interact with them. There's no way to really get up close to them and have them feel like they're a part of your world. There's traffic, sure, but there's only so much you can do with traffic before it just starts to get really annoying, honestly. And as well, you can only drive past the same five cars so many times before it just feels incredibly repetitive. And so, from what I've seen from other YouTubers playing the Forza Horizon 6 preview build. I am hopeful, particularly Tokyo City and going up and down the highways. The traffic feels a lot more dense and a lot more alive and interesting. And of course, Tokyo City, I feel like they've done a much better job to make it feel authentic and alive and just most of all, interesting. So, I don't know. That's just kind of my small take on map design, what I look for, and what I think is an example of a really well done environment and one that's maybe not so well done. But let me know what you think in the comments, and thank you for watching.